Lucy Letby has not been in prison as far as is known. She has been under the microscope of the police since 2018, when she was arrested in relation to the 8 deaths at the hospital she worked in. However, she has not been officially charged with any crime, nor has she been officially put in prison. Quite the contrary, as she is currently under police bail for the second time due to a breach of one of her bail conditions. So, at this time she has not been put in prison by any court order. She has, however, been placed under heavy investigatory watch by the police since 2018, when the investigation began into the 8 deaths at the hospital where she worked. As the investigation has progressed, so have the security measures undertaken to ensure she does not breach any more of her bail conditions. This includes preventing her living anywhere but her parents' home, amongst other conditions. Thus far, Lucy Letby has not been convicted of any crime or made to serve time in prison for any offense, but the criminal investigation is ongoing and she still remains under police watch while they conduct it. While her arrest does not mean she is guilty of any crime, her detainment and police bail restrictions suggest that she may in fact be a suspect in the investigation into the deaths at the hospital. As the police continue to investigate, it is impossible to say for certain if Lucy Letby is being put in prison any time in the near future. It is only when the investigation is complete that a sentence may be justifiably applied. Therefore, to say that Lucy Letby has been in prison is inaccurate, as she is currently still out on bail, and has yet to be put in prison for any crime, were she to be found guilty or plead guilty to any charges. Under the current circumstances, it is uncertain if there is sufficient proof to put her into prison, as the evidence for her to be charged with any crime is still yet to be established. If the police investigations are proven to be strong, and there is enough evidence to put her away, then an arrest or official court order may be the only way for her to be put in prison for the alleged offenses. For now, based on what is known, Lucy Letby has not been in prison. She is out on bail, and will remain outside of custody until the full investigation is complete and a decision is made by the court as to whether or not any charges should be laid. Until that point, it cannot be determined if Lucy Letby has been in prison or not, as there has been no formal sentences or court rulings handed down. All that is known is that police are taking great lengths to ensure her attention is not elsewhere. Consequently, the public have been left in the dark as to whether or not Lucy Letby has been in prison at any point in time. With the criminal investigation in its early stages, no one has been put in prison yet. As the criminal inquiry ensues, the public are yet to know for sure if Lucy Letby has been in prison. With the police yet to uncover any incriminating evidence, it may take some considerable time before anyone knows the outcome. Until then, Lucy Letby remains out on police bail and under heavy surveillance whilst the investigation continues. It is still entirely possible, however, that she has not been to prison due to the lack of evidence or charge against her. The public ought to take note that while there is no proof that Lucy Letby has been to prison, the situation is still under investigation, and the truth may come to light in the future once the court makes their decision regarding her role in the incident. It is worth noting that due to the gravity of the accusations leveled against Letby, the possibility of prison time still looms. If she or anyone else is found guilty, it is very likely that a sentence of time in prison will be imposed. Some speculate that the police and courts would be inclined to give Letby a much harsher sentence than standard practice if they are able to prove the case against her. However, at this point in time, as there is no proof or indications of her being placed in prison, the public must assume that Lucy Letby has not been put behind bars as of yet. As it stands, it cannot be determined whether or not the police have enough evidence to put Lucy Letby in prison, or if they can establish her guilt beyond reasonable doubt. The future is still uncertain, and it is difficult to say for certain whether Lucy Letby has been to prison or not. All that can be said for certain is that the matter is yet to be tested in court, and only then will the truth be revealed. For now, it cannot be determined definitively if Lucy Letby has been in prison or not. The police are yet to conclude their investigations, and only then will her possible guilt or innocence be determined. If the police investigation is highly incriminating, it is still possible that Lucy Letby has been put in prison. But the truth of the matter cannot be proven until the courts make their final decision. With the charge sheet to be filled out soon, nothing is concrete yet regarding prison time. It is still possible that the guilty party, or parties, are not even in the country yet, having escaped police detection up until now. Until the police make their arrest, it cannot be stipulated with assurance whether Lucy Letby has been to prison or not. Only time, and the court's ruling, will tell the whole story.